Little Johnny's teacher sends the kids home with an assignment to find a story with a moral to it. The next day, the teacher asks who would like to share their story. Little Johnny's hand shoots straight up, and the teacher wisely ignores him. Susie, why don't you go first? Susie says, my family raises chickens for eggs. And one day we gathered all the eggs into a basket and put it on the seat of the truck to take to market. On the way we hit a bump, and the basket spilled and all the eggs broke on the floor. The teacher said, that's too bad, but what's the moral of the story? The moral of the story is, don't put all your eggs in one basket, says Susie smartly. Very good, Susie, the teacher said. Who's next? Little Johnny's hand shoots up, and he's practically out of his seat waving his arm around. There's no way he doesn't fuck this up, the teacher thinks. How about you, Amanda? Amanda stands up and says, my family raises chickens too, but we raise them for slaughter. One time, we had 37 eggs, and we figured with that many chickens, we could afford to fix the tractor. But by the time the tractor was fixed, 10 of the chickens had died, and we couldn't pay the mechanic. That's awful, says the teacher. But what's the moral? The moral of the story, says Amanda, is don't count your chickens before they hatch. Wonderful, says the teacher. Who else? Little Johnny is standing up, flapping his arm around, saying, pick me, pick me, pick me. It's a story with a moral, the teacher thinks. How bad can it be? All right, little Johnny, she says, go ahead. Little Johnny says, well, my Uncle Bob, he was in Vietnam, and one day his helicopter got shot down, and on the way down, he saw that all he had was a bottle of whiskey, a rifle with 50 bullets, and a bowie knife. Oh no. The teacher says, what did he do? On the way down, he drank the whiskey so he wouldn't break it when he landed. I guess that's smart, the teacher says. Then what did he do? Well, when he landed, he was right in the middle of 100 Viet Cong. Oh goodness, says the teacher. Then what? He killed 50 of them with his rifle, but then he ran out of bullets. What then? The teacher asked. Well, then he killed 40 more with his knife, but then his knife broke. My word. What happened next? The teacher implored. He killed the last 10 of them with his bare hands. Good gracious, little Johnny. That's quite a story, says the teacher. But what could the moral possibly be? Little Johnny smiles. The moral of the story, he says, is don't fuck with Uncle Bob when he's been drinking.